morning, all my crafty friends. Nana K here with NanaKDesigns.com and the Altered Book Nook on Etsy.com. We are going to work on this video here that we've been starting where I'm going through making a true junk journal out of stuff I've got laying around. Now, again, I'm going to classify it maybe not be what some people call junk because I am using parts of kits that I have had, bits left over, and of course I'm using a lot of the stuff that I have from the 12 by 12 and 6 by 6 pads that I had gotten from Lord have mercy, I can't even think of the name of the company. That's bad. And that's the problem I'm having. I just had to have surgery again. I've been missing missing from action for a few days now, about 13 if you look at my video, our last video. It's been about 13 days, but I had to have a little bit of minor surgery that we weren't expecting me to have. It was kind of a sudden thing, but I feel a lot better now. But we're going to work on this. Heartfelt Creations, that's the one I'm trying to think of. I've got a lot of her pads left, and I'm going to try to use them up. And then, of course, you've got a lot of 12 by 12 pads from Michaels and things. So it's not just old envelopes and old invoices and things that I'm using. I'm just using what I call my scraps to make my junk journal. We are working on 4 different signatures made with these bases that we've got a video on. If you missed it, go find that video. And I have made a little bit of ephemera here and there, different tags to put into it so that they're ready to go. So we are working on this one. We got the front done, and just a little reminder that flipped up. If anybody didn't see the videos, this comes out like this. If I can even remember all the twists and turns on this one has a lot. And then this whole thing here lifts up, and this is kind of like a matchbox catch here, so that it doesn't flop open. And then you open it up and you've got a tuck spot here. You got a belly band here if you want to put something in. You got a place here for something to pocket. So that's the front one. The way we done that. There's a video on that whole setup there. We did the back, and it had this beautiful gatefold with stuff. Lots of pockets and things here. Got pockets here. We got a little hidden spot here with a journaling spot there. This is just a brief rundown of what we got. We have a nice big journaling card right back there in that spot. There is a pocket, I think. No, we didn't put one there, but there's one. This opens up to this. You got it there. You got a little waterfall writing area here with a nice writing spot there. You got a card over here, same thing. Opens up to a big lot of journaling here. Lots of space to write stuff, add photos, whatever somebody wants to do. And this one is a little swing latch here, and this opens up to another journaling spot. So that's what we've gotten accomplished so far on the first signature. So if you missed these videos, you can go into my site, Nana K Designs on YouTube. It's Nana K Designs and the Altered Book Nook. Both are on one. I've combined the two now to one channel. All right, so working on this, and now we're going into the center. Now, since the last video, I had told you guys I was going to add something to the center of the signature, and I did. I just took some coffee stain paper that I had made, and I took 2 sheets, folded them in half, and then I took 2 envelopes and joined them and then stitched them into the journal. Okay, so they're stitched in. We are having a little bit of a insecure center here. And I told you sometimes it's heavy cardstock that happens. So we are going to actually eliminate that. First of all, I'm actually going to put a little bit of glue there, just for any little edges that are sticking up. I'm just going to do this. Okay, this kind of makes it a little tighter if there's any of that stuff that's peeling back. We don't want it to split completely in half, but it looks like it's trying to do that. So what we're going, and of course the stitching there, so that stitching also probably done a little bit to make the fold a little bit wonky. I don't know if that's a word anybody uses anymore. But I will seal it a little bit with this glue right down that seam where those stitches were put. And then I'm going to run get me some washi tape. I thought I had some right up here, but as usual, I have moved around stuff so bad I can't put my fingers right on it. So if you'll give me just a minute, I'll get some washi tape and I'll be right back. A few pieces, few things of washi. I don't know if you have watched my videos, you might have heard me say that I really don't need to buy any supplies for a couple of years. That is no joke. I really am not kidding when I say that. I am going to really, this year, and hopefully if I'm still around next year, the Lord will be willing, I am really going to try to use up this. Okay, I went and found some things that I thought might just match. Okay, and I don't want anything that's just like real just pops out too much because, but now I've already got shiny there. This has got a little bit of a shine, which might carry over, so I'm going to try it. It's got a little bit of hearts on it. The problem now, it's a new piece, and I got to find where it starts at. I wonder if anybody else has that problem. Oh, there it is. And excuse my fingernails. I didn't put polish on. My fingernails, I wore them polished so much that they were starting to turn a little yellow, so I thought I'd give my fingernails a break. Now, the only thing I don't like is the hearts are going sideways, and sometimes I'm too hard on myself, I guess. This one's also got a little bit of flex in it, but it's got hearts, but they'll be going sideways too, but they won't be. It's not quite as wide. So, all right, let's try this one. Let's see if we can secure the seam up. This is a really light color. I am going to carry it over a little. Try to make sure that it's on both sides of that hook. And we're going to go do it inside and out. I can't do it on the inside because I got it stitched in there. But we can carry it over. And I still have not found my blades. And I still haven't gone bought anymore. All right, so we just hopefully, we're going to go back with a little glue again now that I've got it laid down and let it be wet this time to just secure it a little, secure the washi tape a little more. Washi tape, pulls off pretty easy, and I guess that's the whole purpose of it. But for this purpose that I'm using it for, I needed to lay down. Now my glue decided to stop flowing. Not good when you're videoing, is that? And, let me go grab a needle. I carry my glue over to my house. It's got my needle in it. All right, give me just a second. Let me get another thing of glue. I'm not sure this needle's going to be long enough. I don't know how I lose needles so bad, but we're going to try it. I did buy a whole box of little extra of these pinhead needles. And when I tried to use them, the pin part was way too fat and couldn't use it. So I'm limited still. All right, let's try again. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, glue. I love this little nozzle, but when it decides to close up, it is kind of hard to get it to cooperate. All right, so I think we have secured that. And that washi tape is so light. I can't even hardly tell it's there, so I like it. And I like the fact that it's giving me a little bit more sturdiness, so I am going to flip it over here. Make sure it kind of, hopefully it will bend like it's supposed to. Just a little tiny bit on that back corner. Yeah, and everything's bending. So let me take one more look. Okay, now that it's closed, let's really seal it down. All right, I think we've taken care of that little issue that started forming. And this is one of the things, as you're crafting, everything does not always go as planned. So a whole lot of these training videos and watching them is learning how to adjust when things happen. All right, so let's go back to the center. This is trying to finish up this first signature. Let you guys see how I do it. I'm making a nice sterling card to go here, right in here. And then There's plenty of place to write on this, and I'm not going to put a line design on it because I like this. It's a little thinner than I like, but I am trying not to put too much more bulk inside this particular one. But I do want everything to kind of blend, so I cut out this circle here. It's going to be kind of a tuck spot. I'm just going to glue this back side here so that I kind of have a sideways tuck spot on this one. Okay, so that gives you kind of a matching design to that card. And then I have extra papers I can stuff in like this if I want to do that. Or I went out and pulled up some cute little, other little journaling cards like these. I pulled a bunch of these out. I've already pre-cut and fixed, and I want to find just the right one. And that's the next thing that's always an issue for me, is finding what I want to put in next. Of course, I do have this journaling piece here. Okay, we could do that. We could just fold this one over and make it kind of a booklet. Let's see how that's going to look, and just put a stamp on it or something. I want it around this corner too. Using the medium. I want the great big one. Make a little round corner on that. Trim out just a tiny bit. I'm seeing a little bit peeping back from the back. And let's just try to regroup that round a little. Okay. All right, so we got that opened, and I am going to put a little bit of a writing spot right there. I have this paper already done. Got lines on it. It's ready to go. So I'm going to cut off, and I didn't make this borderless, so I got to cut a little bit of trim off. I'm a little bit silent today. I'm sorry. Sometimes I get to thinking and I don't want to disturb my train of thought. All right, so right about there, give me a little bit of border all the way around it. And so we're going to want to cut it right about, whatever helps you put the lid out. So right about there. Grab my little cutting board. I don't know how I ever live without this cutting board. I used to be up and down, up and down, up and down, going to the, what I call my chomper. Okay. Then the next one, we want it to be right about there. Okay, so got me a little bit of a writing spot to go inside there, which is kind of stays with the getting kind of, excuse me, I dropped it right on that floor. It kind of stays with the thing that we've already started in this book. And I don't know why my computer just sang, so please ignore it. And I do have a little bit of lead right here where I marked it, so I'm going to erase that off. I rounded the corners. I rounded all the corners there. But I'm going to glue this whole thing down. Now, you could have made this into another pocket, but let's don't go to that extent. I really think at some point we have to quit making so many flips, flops, twists, and turns, because it is making it way too thick. All right, there. Now, on the front, let's do a little design. Have we got any little clip arts or anything that we want to put up there? To be sure we do. I got some clip art everywhere here. Give me a second, grab a bag of it. My desk here are in a great big well, almost a square. It's a U shape right here where I'm working. And then there's a table behind me that I do my sewing on. And then on that, I've got this little wooden thing my husband gave me that's got little slots in it. So I started organizing my clip art into those little slots. So I had to get up and at least walk back there. But it's closer than that over here in my storage shed, which is in a door to my right over here. It's another whole unit that I have to walk into. So we're trying to get stuff where I can put my hands on it. Oh, and that's a pretty butterfly. Okay, let's look now. I want this to slide into here. And I don't want to totally hide my butterfly. So he'll have to go in that corner right there. And again, I'm just going to glue him all the way down. I'm being a messy crafter this morning. You can glue my fingers and everywhere else. Okay, there's that. And do I have some kind of a little saying? Something, just something with some words. Sometimes just adding a little word to something really makes a big difference. But that's if I can find one small enough to add something. Pour out your heart before him. That's a pretty one. Okay, I like that. Let me see. I see something that says all. Okay. Let's see if I can give thanks. I got these cute little scripture ones from somebody. Oh, wow. Now that you start looking at them, you really don't know what you want to put. Life is a journey, not a destination. I like that one. Life is a journey. And again, staying with my rounded theme, I am going to go in if I can. And I can. Cut this into kind of little corners all the way around. It's so small, it's kind of hard to get it in there. There we go. I really didn't see it that good. Going back to my little ordeal, guys, I have been having a lot of stomach problems. So I did have to have a procedure where they went in and took, oh my goodness, I don't know how many biopsies of some tissue that doesn't look quite right inside my stomach. It started last year in June when I had an endoscopy. They found tissues or precancer cells when they done the biopsies. So, because I was so nauseated all the time, and I'm telling you, I mean all the time I was staying nauseated, we had to go have another emergency procedure this past week to see why I was nauseated. And there was 3 little growths that they didn't take out last year. They thought was definitely, just little polyps, but they were just in a precarious area. They didn't want to pull them out, and they grown, so they had to do biopsies. So I just need all my friends out there to pray for me. I feel fine, really. I feel fine. Matter of fact, I'm not nauseated today, which is the first time in probably 3 weeks that I haven't woke up extremely nauseated. But I'm changing my diet also. My husband and I are cutting coffee out. As you don't see my coffee cup this morning, and I'm about to go nuts because I don't have my coffee. But, I'm going to also adjust this computer a little bit so that we're getting more space. There, a little better. I'm sorry, guys, a little better so you can see my book a little bit. I keep having a tendency to want to hide the book. I don't know why, or the signature. I'm cornering out this card. I wasn't going to at first, but the more I look at it, the more I realize everything's rounded on this. We need to do this. Okay, it was a simple task here. Wasn't a lot that we had to do. You can still take something like this. It's a more journaling spot that's just plain blank, and you can add it as an addition to this. Here or here. I kind of like it just tucked in the front like that. So that gives somebody some more writing spot. They can take it out if they don't like it. There's that. You've got a little, open this one, you got a little writing spot here. There's still space to do some other designing if somebody wants to do that. I'm thinking on this tuck, I need to make it a little bit tighter down. It's wanting to poke up a little too much for me, so I'm going to push it just a little bit more glue under it and just tuck that there. All right, so that side of the inside page is technically done. Since we used a little bit of this washi tape on the thing, I am going to try to incorporate a little bit more of it somewhere else. just for looks, I'm going to put it down here. Doesn't have to be. It's just I'm trying to incorporate it since it's on that front edge. Trying to incorporate it in, you know, because we know that we used it as to cover up what could have been a disaster. But now we're going to use it as decorative to make the book look better. Okay. So it's real light. Can't see it real well. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side since we're going with that. And it might not even hurt, and I'm just saying this, it might not even hurt to put it right there on the inside or down the center of this one, which I will decide in a little while. So I had no idea that sewing on this was going to make it so unstable, but it really has made it very unstable, which is a worrisome thing, but it's also a learning experience. So as I'm doing more of these, I will start thinking of ways to prevent those things from happening again. We want to cut you off. Don't turn under. Cut off. Okay. All right. So there, I just added a little bit. So now we've got it here, here, and here. All right. Now that's that front cover done. Now we want to do something very similar to keep it simple, very similar. I'm going to add one of my pretty tags in the back here. Okay, this is one of my hidden journal tags. Pink Monarch. Pink Monarch, I think it's the first place I saw this done. So I'm going to go ahead and give her credit for it. It pulls out, you got a journaling spot. These are fun. There is videos all over the internet of these, and I'm really thinking I did do one. I did do several of these. So there are places you can find these. I like this one. It's a little flatter. It matches the color a little better because this particular thing looks very vintagey to me. My butterfly hangs over here. So when you put it back into the pocket, it also kind of helps hide the fact that it's a pull out there because the butterfly goes over it. It's not really all that noticeable. Okay. Also a writing spot on the back of this one. All right. So that's going to go there. So that's my tag for that. Already done, ready to go. Like I said, there's a video on it. Go back and watch it if you missed it. Now we got to figure out what we're going to put there. Do I want another pocket, another small pocket here? Do I want a side tuck again? Do I just want a decorative lace on it, that's kind of pretty. I also, now this is a little story. I go out a lot with my husband on just little road trips, and we hit little flea markets we find along the way. And I found one little market that had a bunch of shirts that were nothing but lace. I guess they were beach pullovers or whatever. I guess that's what the word. I don't go to beach much, so I'm not sure, but I believe they were bathing suit covers. And I grabbed them, and I have gone in now and cut out most of the lace in whatever patterns I could find. But that's kind of cute. I kind of like that. I think what we're going to do with this one, which I'm not sure I like that doubled over edge. That's where the edge of the shirt sleeve was a thing. All right, let's take a look at that. Let's see if we can do a cute little layer of some sort using ephemera and this extra piece of a card. Don't want to use too much of the same. I want to give it some variety. I love that dove. Could go in and cut, but I wanted to match that more. Well, there's a bird. Or maybe just a piece of pink. All right, let me look at this. I'm just going to spend probably all day today. This is the first time I've been in my shop since the 8th of January. To sit down and do anything. I did come over, got a little better yesterday and came over for just a little while and cleaned up, organized a little bit. If you can call it, I do organizing. My type of organizing is taking something and moving from one place to the next, and then when I sit down the video, I can't remember where I put something. Hey, that's just the way it is. All right, let's see what we've got in all these little cute little stuff that we stuck aside and we've done it. Oh, these are a bunch of punch shapes that I've got. But that's okay. I punched a bunch of those out. I have been doing stuff while I've been recovering from my little incident. I have been over here doing things. Okay, I like this. I like that. Okay, and that's cute. And maybe one more thing like this. I don't want to totally hold my, I don't want to totally, oh yeah, I like that right there. And if I can just find one little word, grab my word art box, just one little word. It's not Christmas. I got a lot of Christmas in this one now. I got this whole thing may have turned into Christmas. Warm winter wishes. Let's see. That's kind of cute. Joy to the world. Don't want that one, but that's about the length I want. All your dreams, I like that, but it's way too big. I think all these are just mostly Christmas, so we may have to look somewhere. Wait a minute. Well, that's kind of, oh yeah, I hate this. This is the one part of it that really gets to me. One swallow will not make spring, nor one bee, honey. I guess that means it takes an army to what is it that similar to it takes a village to raise a child. It's free as a bird. I like that one right there. Nothing specific. I just like it. Okay. And there's one with a bird on it. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And let's go. Here. I don't know if this dingle dangle is going to work in this book. Yeah, it's going to be fine. That's what I told you. Now, if you're looking at this and you've gone over my other videos, okay, this is just saying, if you have followed any of the other videos, especially the one where we put together these, I told you needed to use a heavy paper, cardstock. You know, it really needs to be a heavy cardstock, 110 pound or more, if you can possibly get it, because the book, the signatures are going to carry a lot of weight. That's what I told you. That's what I was trained when the videos I watched with Kate Maurer. You know, you got to have the strength because it's going to carry a lot of weight. And this is a prime example of the weight it's carrying. This book is carrying a lot of weight. All right, so let's take this one apart just like we've got it. I'm going to lay it kind of aside. We're going to start here. Of course, I've got to have Fabri-Tac on my lace. That's just a must for me. That's a matter of preference for you guys. But for me, I find that if I want something with Fabri-Tac to really hold down to my paper, it takes Fabri-Tac or 3-in-1. But Fabri-Tac to me doesn't have a stronger odor as the 3-in-1. I don't know if it's just my imagination or not, but anyway, that seems to be my experience with the two glues. Okay, so we've got the Fabri-Tac on the lace. Okay, so the next, oh, there went my Fabri-Tac. Later. Okay, next we're going to do this and this, so I got to get them lined up properly. So I did not love that thick edge, so that's giving some dimension there. So this piece needs to go down right about there. I don't like this one little piece of lace sticking up. I'm going to cut it off. Not much, but I'm going to cut it off. I'm not so sure that I don't want it to come over a little more. Yep. All right, so now we're going to glue this piece down. Over some. Do not want to hide all my lace, so got to be careful how I place all this. And this little fella is going to go right there. Okay. This is what you do. These kind of things are what you do when you're not able to just sit and do your regular crafting of putting something together, you always have to have bits like this. And it's a lot simpler when you're actually starting to put something together, like a book, if you have gone ahead, taken the time to make a bunch of your cutouts and things. I did do that while I was ill, with this full intent so that I could jump into here, make these videos, and just show you what's done. But there are steps that you're not seeing, that it takes time, effort, and energy. There are a lot of steps that you are just not seeing. But you know, you can see that this took some time to make, and you can basically see what it was made with. I cut a shape out of some printed stock that I had. And then, of course, I took my jewelry findings and made this little dangle. And it's kind of flat. It's not real wood. Then just a little piece of ribbon stapled to that little thing and stained around the edge. My dog has found a mouse. Now, excuse him. He's really mad right this minute. He doesn't like them. And he's in there cutting up really bad. All right, we want that one there. And this one here, right? All right, guys, I think we've got it down. I am going to stain the edge of this one too, just to keep that antique brown look like the background there with a vintage look. Again, we are using the vintage photo for this particular journal. All right, so we want that one to actually touch. I don't think I want it to go. Oh, yeah, I kind of want it centered in that one. And you could three-dimensionalize this a little more if you wanted to, but because of already the bulk we have, I'm just trying to make sure these points are kind of centered up here. Just for aesthetic looks, you know, I don't want it to be odd looking. And then we can get the bird right here. We have a squirrel over here and a little bird here. All right. As free as a bird. There we go. The word art. And it's funny how when you're stacking just a little bit of alpha on it, text makes a difference. Okay, there's that. There's nothing specific about it. It doesn't really do anything in particular. It's just for looks there. But there that is. We've got that there. So guys, now we're into the center here, and what we need is we need a card. We need to decorate our envelope. I don't like this plain white at all. So we're going to go in and find something that's going to fit these envelopes. So give me just a second and we will get that done. Okay, so what I've done is I've gone into my stash and I just found this 12 by 12 pad. And this is very lightweight. It's not cardstock, it's just paper. And so I'm going to pull from this. I like this pink. That's what I'm going to use, but I'm going to go in and pull some colored stuff out. So we can decide, oh, I really like this one. I really like that one too. That we're going to do some coloring with. You know, you could just keep right on. And then even this is a pretty pink and it's got a flower on it. So I'm going to lay it maybe. That's a maybe on that one. And then we'll get into other colors that I'm not. I kind of like that, and I kind of like that. But we've pulled out enough for right now. So we're going to lay her back aside because I'm going to probably use her again. All right, now we're going to go in and start looking to see what we want here. Okay, I like that. That's going to get most of that in there. So I'm going with this one. Okay, and I'm going to cover as much of the outside of the envelope as I can. So I'm just going to get it to my center where it'll seal. Okay, I'm going to sit it in there like this. Okay, this is how I do my measurement. Then I'm going to close it to make sure. Then I'm going to hold my finger on it, come here, and move it up so that I can take my pencil if I can find it again, and mark where I need to cut it. Right there, if I can see that. I'm going to pull my cutter back over here. Right, so slide it in, get it right on that line. Okay, same thing, we need to get the top done, so I will put it up here like this, putting it close to the bottom, Take my pencil and go right across the top there where I want it to cut again. And that gives me what I need right here, hopefully. I'm going to hold that out because I like that polka dot. That's pretty. I'll use it somewhere. Maybe on the back of a card, so because you can really still journal on that. All right, so now we're going to glue this down. You got to take a look at it and make sure. Sticks out a little bit right there, but you know what? I'm not going to worry about that too much. Because I'd rather it's, no, I want to trim it just a little bit. I'm going to cut off maybe an 1/8 of an inch, guys. Just a tiny bit, if this thing will let me. Sometimes it's cut a little, not let me cut really thin strips. Let's look at it one more time. It's going to glue down here. We need to be able to shut it or turn it. And it's still not doing what it's supposed to do. Now why, I don't know. I'm going to pull it up like this and we'll take a look. It's not even. Why not either? I didn't cut the top even, or I didn't cut the bottom even. Or my envelope is not evening out. But I'm going to cut it from this side this time. And if it's a little bit sticking out, then we will ink it. Yeah, that's what it was. It was the bottom is not even all the way across. And I need to take a look at it and see why. That's what it was. I am the world's worst for kind of letting the very end, when I arrive at the end, slip a little. All right, let's glue this one on. Now, you got a couple options here. Now, I'm going to be gluing this back down. Maybe not. Maybe not. I think we're going to leave that open right there. So that I know that I'm going to leave that open, let me get my ruler. Let me see the size of this. Okay, we got this at inches. Let's do inches. I'll do inches and centimeters. It's approximately 7 3/4 inches and 19.5 centimeters. Okay, so 8, 9, 16, 9 is 18, so it'd be 9. It's going to be about right there in the center, about my center, right about there. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. If I can cut that much with my punch, that's the big if, the great big if of it all. And now I got to go dig in here to find my round punch that I used over at the house. Don't like it when I do this. Guys, I have so much stuff. I really need to downsize. I wish some of y'all could just come and I would share some of this stuff. Oh, there's my punch. I don't know it's going to punch all the way through, but anyway. I'm going to make a thumb notch. If you're wondering what I'm aiming for here, I'm making a thumb notch. So while I'm covering all this stuff, I know what I want to do. All right, same thing here. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down, make this my pocket. And so when we put this piece on, you will only want the glue to go here on that paper that you're going to glue to here, because you do not want to glue it down. Okay, we'll do that step when we get to it. We're going to try to get that in this video. All right, but for right now, I am gluing this whole thing down. I'm trying to get my edges really good first, and then I'm just going to glue out here. Lay it down, because Mary Arts glue grabs really quick, so I have to make sure I've got it down like I need it before I let go of it. All right, I think we're there. Okay, go back with my punch again. Go ahead and punch that piece out again. Trying to stay within the same spot. All right, so there's my thumb notch that indicates to us that there is a pocket there. All right, Now, for this back side, I want to keep it simple on a simple paper that we already had used. And just keep it like this. Don't want to carry any theme over anything. I just want to keep it simple. So we're going to cut it right about there. First cut. Let's see if I can get it straight this time. Now, it really does help if it's straight. And don't let the paper slide going up, okay? Save this strip for something else. I don't know what, but we'll save it for a stack of some sort, possibly. All right, we got it there. So we're going to move it in here just a tiny bit, making sure we're level there. Top of the card, top of the envelope is right there. Okay, cut one more time. I'm going to cut off camera, guys. You don't need to see me cut, I don't think. I'm sure y'all get tired of seeing us cut on camera. All right, I got a couple of little lead marks here. I'm going to erase those off. That's another thing when you're making your marks, make them light so you can erase them off. All right, again, I told you, when we do this one, we have to be careful and not glue anywhere beyond where the envelope's got to stick, okay? So I'll put my hand under here while I'm gluing so I won't make a mistake and glue the wrong area. I do want to glue completely down like this, okay? Then I'm going to come in with my piece. Start here at the bottom. You do one a little bit across this bottom, right here. Okay. Start right there. Get in place. Make sure it's still going to bend up, roll over. Okay. All right, we've got that one down. Do the same thing again. Just kind of flip my book over. Give you a nice flat surface and press. Okay. So now I have a full pocket here. Full pocket. I'm going to go again with the punch. And punch out that area again to make sure our thumb is there. My baby is really getting upset. Okay, guys, I'm going to have to cut the video off a minute and run him out of here. I'll be right back. Sometimes family just won't let you be. My dog's had surgery too, so he's a little moody. But he really found a mouse or heard a cat or something in the back, very back of the unit outside, and he was just itching to get out there. Okay, let's get back to this. I'm finding little areas that's not glued down good that need to be. So I am just kind of running some glue down them. Sure, I don't want your book to fall apart. And now he's not over here. There's nobody over here but me, so maybe I can get this video finished. All right, now, got that done, Now we have a nice pocket in the middle. I had planned on it being right here, but I kind of like it better right here. So we got to put a big card in there. I am going to come in, because that's such a light, springy color, I'm going to come in and distress it a little with my ink. Again, that is just staying with the theme of what I've already started on the signature. The other thing I want to say before we finish this book up is if you're making journals, like particularly watching this video to make journals to sell, these processes I'm doing are okay. They're fine. However, you do not want to come in here on a journal unless somebody specifically ordered one and have specific instructions for you to do so. You don't want to fill up every page, because the whole purpose in somebody having a journal is so that they can come in and do things like they want it, make the journal unique. So, example, all these pages here, I am not going to do anything to them unless I've done one simple thing, and that would be just simply coming in and maybe doing a stamp. That may be all. That is all that I would possibly do. And on the back one, I might do that one. I've got a birdhouse, I think, going with our theme on this side here. I want to say it's birdhouse. Let me double check. Yeah, that's a birdhouse. I just had to get it up right. It has gotten twisted on my block somehow. But we're going to get the birdhouse put in this corner right here. I got it crooked anyway. I got to get that fixed. That's not working on my block like it's supposed to. Let's get that thing straightened out right here while we got it in our hand, and we won't have that issue again. All right. This is Stampin' Up! From 1996. That's how old some of my stuff is, guys. I didn't know Stampin' Up! Been around that long, but anyway. All right, so there we go. I'm going to leave the others blank because it's likely I will sell this particular journal at the end of making it. So I am going to leave areas for the person that gets it to decorate it. Now, we are going to go ahead and decorate the pocket, the other pocket. I got it where the thumb notch is right there, but I may change it and open this one up at the top just to give us some variety. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to redo this and cut a little bit off here and thumb notch the top. Let me think about it a minute while I decide what additional papers I'm going to use. So I want to really go with some darker color because of this, but I don't want it to overpower. Again, this one's pretty done. This one's a lot of space left to work on, and that's what's going to happen here. So let's go with it. I like the colors. They all blend very well with this particular signature. This is the last piece that we'll be putting into this signature, and we're going to call that one done, and then we'll start on our next one. And I may not do the next three totally on videos. I may decorate them with simple pockets, simple flips, things that people that are doing journals probably are already familiar with. Just real simple things that I can just explain. But always remember that there's a comment section at the bottom of my videos, and you are welcome to add in there or either message me on any of my channels. I have four channels. I have a Coffee KOFI. I have a Buy Me a Cup of Coffee channel. I have Anna K Designs. I have Etsy. And of course now we have Nana K and Friends on Facebook. So there's a lot of channels out there where you can reach me if you want to ask me a question, ask me to do something differently. There's just plenty of places you can do that. Okay, I am going to make this one at the top. I thought I might not, and then I thought I would. Oh, again, gotta glue this piece because this is a piece that you want to make sure you don't get the glue here where you're going to mess your inside of your pocket up. And I'm going to glue all that back together. Okay. Stick my hand in it so I can double be assured that I'm not doing it. Okay, get down this corner. I'll add extra glue down these corners when I get it all done and even. Okay. Let's come out this way a little. We've got to be able to close it, so we've got to move that over some more. Okay, make sure we can close it. Okay, there we go. All right, so that's covered the thumb knocked up, and we're going to leave it covered. Okay, we're going to put the next piece on, and I'm not going to use the same one on the back. I wish I had another piece of that polka dot, and if I do, we're going to use this polka dot again on the back. Or maybe something with a picture on it. Let me just look a second back through our paper pad. And I don't pre-plan a lot of stuff, so yeah, I had to go in. I'm having to go in and grab things. I like that. That's kind of light. But I really want just that light polka dot, but I don't have any more of it, so it won't be that one. And I don't want to go that yellow rose I just saw. I don't want to go that green. I like that. That's green polka dot, but I don't think it'll go with the theme here. All right, so this doesn't have what I want specifically. So let's go back and see. Do we want to do the same one in the back? I really do not. But I would be willing to go this because it kind of blends with that. Or I would go with that. Now, I like to add this little bit of whiteness. I just don't want so much of that dark pink in the center. All right, so same thing again. We're going to lay it up here. Measure where it needs to be cut at, right about there. Cut it on my trusty blade cutter. All right, so there's that piece. Now we're going to slide it this way, make sure we measure at the bottom, and we want it to cut right up there in that corner. It's a process, isn't it? Quite a process. All right, so now we're going to go here and make sure we glue all this down. Yeah, we're going to glue all this, including I'm going to glue right across that because we're going to seal these two pieces together to get rid of that thumb notch that I originally cut out. I want to get it close down to this edge here, close down to this edge here, and then just put some in the center. Okay. Carefully measure, make sure we still can turn and without it flipping up. So we got that. Now let's make sure we're even all the way around. Okay. Open up the book, lay it down, press it. Okay, and now we got to put a thumb notch at the top of this one after I stain the edges. So I'll put a thumb notch and stain again, but got to get some stain on these edges. And I'm just going to kind of go into there just to break out a little bit of that stark whiteness. But it does give you a little bit of contrast from this one. That's what we were after. I'm seeing a little bit of gap there. It's got to have some glue. I get my fingernail under there. Okay. Go back to staining. I need to read my pad here. Okay, so now we're going to do something really important. We're going to lay everything backwards this way. And then I've got to come right here. I'm going to make sure I wish I had my blade. This is where I need my blade really bad right this minute. I got some X-Acto knives somewhere. I'm going to go find them. They're in the storage unit. But we're going to have to cut the top out of this envelope now because it wasn't open at the top. Okay, a little bit more snip there. Pull it off. Okay, now it's opened there, and it's not glued on this edge, so we got to really make sure we re-glue this edge because originally it was supposed to open there, remember? So we got to go back and put glue on this part because we don't want it to open on that side now. And now we're going to do the same thing we did before. We're going to measure it. It's 5 inches. So 2 inches is 4. It would be 4.5. 2.5, I'm sorry, 2.5 inches is where my center line is approximated. And we're going to come in with our little trusty hole punch and make our top thumb notch. So now we've got it, guys. Now, all right, so we put a little stamp here. We've got journaling paper here. We have a large side pocket here for a big, one of our big, large cards. If you don't know how to make great big journaling cards, there is a video out there that I have done that shows you. Okay, then we've got a top tuck here for a great big tag or card. I have to make a couple, and I will make them off video. Now, again, you can do a little bit of decorating if you wish. This is really bland. I am going to go over here in my clip art again. These little things that we just had. And find something to go there. All right. I'd rather go with a flower or some, and a lot of this is tending. Oh, that's a birdhouse. That is absolutely, yes. That's absolutely a yes. If now if I could just find one with some pink in it. That's got a little, just one little light hue of pink, but it also breaks the monotony of that, well, I like that one too. It's got a little deeper pink. Plus there's a bird with that one. Oh, I don't see anything really dark pink in it. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I like these. There's another one. And I like that's got even more pink. So, there we go. Found the birdhouse I want. Yeah, I had not planned on that, but that works out well. This is, again, where it pays to have clip art already cut, ready to go. You can also add, if you can't find what you specifically like, you can add another piece of clip art. I don't like that. I'm just going to go simple on this because, like I say, I am going to sell this particular journal, and I'm sure the person that gets it would like me to leave them some things to do. Sometimes they get carried away like that and overfill them. But some people like their journals completely filled where all they have to do is just do some writing in it. They don't want to do all this decorating. That's an individual preference. Again, what you see me doing over here to the side is I am just kind of antiquing the clip art a little bit. Where there's a lot of heavy white, I'm pulling it out to give that more of a dull look. Not that it's dull, because that's the look I like, but yeah, get a lot of that white out. And I am just going to simply, nothing more. Like I say, whoever gets this can do more. I'm going to simply add a piece of clip art. I like it, this one. I like this one on this one. The colors match. So I'm going to add a clip art right there. I don't know what I'm going to do on this side now because I don't want to put another birdhouse. But that looks good, giving you a little bit of a look here. So they got plenty of room to put a tag, a label, whatever. This side, I need a little something. I'm just looking. I could add a pocket. And that would work, guys. See, that's just, you never know what you're going to pull out when you've got stuff like this cut up. I like that pocket. Let me see if I got some more things with pockets on it. It's not Christmas. I have got to stash away my Christmas stuff. I like this music note too. Okay. I like that pocket. And have I got a pinky tag I can put in there? It's got a bird in it. Oh yeah, got that one. I like this one even better. It's more delicate, but it's small. All right, I'm going to go with this pocket, but I don't want it that big because I want to use this little tag. No. This little tag. I want to use this little tag in it. So, and this edge here is going to fold over. I can't remember whose kit I got this out of, but this again is another example of having leftover stuff from a kit that I purchased and used for something. I don't even know what we used it for, but that's what we're dealing with here. Okay, and I really don't want the pocket great big. Matter of fact, I really think I want it to go this way, really small, right here in this corner. That's all I want, and I can put another piece of thing. So I'm actually going to turn this one over this way, like this. That really wasn't straight, was it? But no problem. All right, give me just a second, and we're going to pop this one down. I'm cutting just a tiny bit off the edge. Excuse me. All right. I don't think I want it that big. Let's see. We're going to want to cut some more off. Nope, that's good. That's good. Okay. So let's glue this pocket down. Make sure all these excess points are off. I don't want them to show in the front. I'm going to glue this down tighter because I don't need all that extra space. Okay, but it will stop stuff from sliding from the bottom. Okay, so we're just going to do these two sides here and here on the pocket. I'm going to put the pocket on this edge right here, totally on the edge of this book cover. Okay. And this is the tag I want for this one. I want to put a little piece of stick. I got my string right here, my hole punch right here. Need a lot of a hole punch, but I'm just going to go in and get it worked out. I'm just going to judge this one. Again, you can go in and add, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to, yeah, guys, just bear with me. I don't like plain white, and I cannot help it. And I'm not going to keep apologizing. I just don't like it, and that's just me. But if you like the white tag backs to write on, that's fine. I don't. I want color, color, color. I'm not a black and white person, I guess. To me, I'm not a prophetic person. A prophetic person is either black or white. There's no center area. For me, lots of color. Well, don't know if that's a good personality or bad, but that's just me. I want color. I want variety, which, you know, the Lord above gave us variety. So he must like variety too. But then I got to cut this out without messing up my tag front. I believe this tag is JJ Scraps tag from her Swirly Birds, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't want to say names because I really am not sure where this tag comes from. Of course, I know one thing for sure, and that said it was from a kit. And it might have been my Swirly Birds. Not my Swirly Birds, my Birds of a Feather kit. I'm really thinking that's where this came from, was my Birds of a Feather kit. So I haven't looked at that kit since I made it 3 or 4 years ago. So that could be where this one came from. Not going to swear to it either. That's sad, isn't it? You make so many kits that you don't even remember what pieces anymore. I now have a new fella in here trying to get my attention, and this is some little black cat, stray cat. I'm a cat rescuer. Again, I will say it. I'm a cat rescuer. And I got this little black kitten. Let me see if she'll come up here in the camera. Come here, girl. Come here. Come here. This is Spook. And she's a little stray that we adopted. And I don't know if the spring she'll end up giving us kittens because I have not had the opportunity to go get her fixed. But anyway, that's Spook. You may get to see her every once in a while. She has decided she likes coming into the shop. So she was cute. When we first got her, you couldn't get your hands on her. So she has done a lot of changing over the weeks and months. She has decided she likes her new mama. All right, let me look at here and see what else I can find. I would like a piece of clip art here. Like I told you over here, you could have added one on. I got this pink one here. And I think I am going to add it. I don't know. Does that really contrast? I'm not sure. This is hard to sometimes find what I want. I think I see something a little more. Yeah, that's a little more pinky here. Oh, I like this one a lot better. I think it goes more with what we're doing. I like that one a little better. It doesn't, yeah, I just like it. Sometimes that's what I have to do. I have to just take the looks of something and compare it and see if that's what I like better in this specific spot. Not that I thought the clip art's any prettier, but I do like this a little better. And I am going to put some kind of a word tag on this pocket to spruce it up because it's a little dull. I'll be the first to admit that's a little dull looking pocket there. I will like that little rose in the background, but I do want a little word art right there. If I can find something simple. These are Carolyn Musing's word art. I bought a bunch of her word art. Everything she has is, or not everything, but most everything she has a biblical connotation to it. And so that's what her art is. But don't forget to go look at her on Etsy. It's Carolyn's Musings. I guess I'm pronouncing that right. I never know. I've never heard anybody say the word, so I don't know if it's being pronounced correctly or not. I don't even know what it means. And that just may be her last name. I have no idea. Some strange last names out there. But anyway, give her a look up on Etsy. She has some absolutely beautiful labels and tags that are scripturally motivated. So if you are scripturally inclined or like to have scriptural things, please look her up. You won't be, yes, I promise you, you won't be dissatisfied. Okay, now this one, we are going to punch out. Thought I had my punch right handy. There it is, hidden underneath everything. This is what happens on my desk after I have done a little bit of work. Again, we're going to distress this edges a little, just ink them up to make them look a little more less bright. We want a vintagey look here. Both sides. Okay, so now I've got a writing space and I don't have this plain white. I hate plain white. You all know that now. I've said it 100,000 times and now there's another 100,000. Okay. Okay, let's see what these say. Blessings. Okay, let's do one more thing. Let's stamp some word art on the card itself. Blessings. Okay, so there's that. One last little thing. I got some extra string here. Let's go ahead and make us a little bow on our tag. And guys, I think we're past 1 hour, which is, I don't like to go that long. But I haven't been here in several weeks, and maybe you'll forgive me for having such a long video. And I hope it wasn't too boring. I hope you learned a little bit. That's always my goal, is that you learn something new, a small technique, something to help you out a little bit in your journey. And mostly what the purpose of these are so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, tag in. Let me go to my journaling cards. I got some somewhere on one of these areas. I say I do. I don't really want antique, but I do want one more card. I don't like those. All right, I did bring a bunch of journaling cards, and now I can't find them. Oh, there they are. I knew I had some. All right, let me pull out a couple of these and see if I can find something on the bird line again. I got this. A lot of these cards came from my pet journal that I had. There's another bird one, but it's not. He's not. I will set aside. That's out of my, definitely out of my Birds of a Feather kit. I like this one, and I don't remember where it come from, but I kind of like it, but I think it's too, this one you can open up and journal in, even though it's white space. I'm going to look one more time. I like that. But that's another small one, but we'll go with that. Okay, and another pinky pink. Pink's not showing, though. That one's pinky. Oh, that's my dogs. I don't want to put my dogs in here. Not with the birds. I don't like that. I like this one, so I'm just going to stick it in like that. There we go. All right, so fill that pocket up. I'm going to use this one. Okay. All right, guys. I think this is Nana K going to sign off for today. We're going to do one more quick flip through of this. I'll fix that later. I see one little spot here again. I'll go in off video and make sure I got all these areas put down. in one thing. Okay, so let's go over it again. We have a video on YouTube covering this particular front. We have a video on YouTube with this one. Look them up if you want to know how to make them. On the inside, we kept it really simple. We sewed in just a small signature that consisted of 2 coffee stain 8.5 by 11 papers, and we folded them in half. We stitched, and then we added 2 envelopes where we put the pointed flaps in together. I don't know if I got to, I can grab real handy and show you. Where are they? Yeah, right here. We took these 2 here. These were like this, and we nested them like this to make what we did for that center. So there you go. They're glued here and glued in there to make this nested envelope. So that was the center that you got here. Then we glued paper, decorative paper on top of that, and made one open this way, one open that way. Then we put a side pocket here with some ephemera on it, just a clip art design on that. And we left a stamp, and we left everything else blank for the person that gets it. On this side, we have just a simple pocket with its own tuck and writing spot here. This is a writing card here. And a simple journal, a large journal with a slide in. And we got a tag, a secret tag hidden here, slid into the back here. And then we've got a stack, well, I call a scrap stack right here. And that is our completed signature number 1. We added a little bit of washi tape to the edge to give us some nice strength here, because again, this is going to have to be sewn one more time. So we may, matter of fact, well, we got it open. Let's go ahead and do it. This was the tape we used. We're going to go ahead and secure the center one more time here. Stay with the theme, but also making it a little stronger. That's our goal, to keep this book as strong as we can. Remembering what we said in the beginning. Again, I'm just reiterating that you have to have a very heavy base. So my base was made of 110 pounds. It might be even stronger than that, because this was actually a 12 by 12 piece that we cut. So it's a very strong cardstock, because it's going to have to hold a lot of weight. And now that we're finishing this little baby up, you can see the weight that it's holding. And you can feel it. You can't feel it, but I can feel it. When I pick it up, I feel the weight. Now, the washi tape again. Let's reiterate on this a little bit. Washi tape is not the strongest stuff in the world. And over time, it does have a tendency to give way. So when you're actually using the washi tape in a constructive manner to strengthen something, it is a very good idea. Not required. That's strictly up to you. But it, in my opinion, is a very good idea to peel it back once you've got it placed and add a string of glue right down it to give it the strength that you need. Okay. To keep the glue, to keep the washi tape strong, so it's doing the job that you intended it to do, which was giving it strength in a seam for later. And remember, we are again going to be stitching this particular signature with 3 others into a individual scrap journal. So here we have it. Signature number 1 is done and ready to go. We're going to set it aside, and we will begin our next series of these with one of these other 3 that we've already got prepped and ready to go. They're all the bases are all exactly the same. There is a video on making these. Go look that, check that out if you're interested. But this little baby's ready, and I'm right pleased with it. Matter of fact, I will say this. If you like really small journals, this is what I call a signature. But if you don't like really thick, fat journals, and you just like something to use for a month or 2 and then put it aside and do another one, you can actually make a cover for this and make this just your whole book. You would need to do another cover and decorate it, make it a little larger, but then that would actually make you a book in itself. So that's your options you have, but we are going to actually make this one with 4 signatures, and this will be going on Coffee and Buy Me a Coffee, Etsy, and also Nana K. No, we won't be putting this one on Etsy. It'll go on Nana K Designs most likely, or coffee, or buy me a cup of coffee. So it's going to go on one of all those 3 sites I know for sale when we're done. So keep that in mind. And if you're interested in it while you're watching these videos, you're welcome to text me and tell me you're interested, and get your name on the list for somebody that might potentially want to buy it. And I might just do it as a private sale to somebody. So I'm looking at this one here, and I'm seeing that my washi tape is really not all the way over where I want it. So I am going to add one more strength here, one more strip. Well, I say I am. Now I've slung like I always do. I slung with my washi tape, but it's all right. For right this minute, we're just not going to do anything. This is Nana K saying, have a blessed day. I'm glad to be back. I appreciate any prayers you guys would send up for me because my health is failing rapidly. And I really need prayer. But I'm going to keep on plugging along as long as the Lord will give me strength. So this is not goodbye. This is just until the next time. And I'm hoping I can do a couple more. I will go ahead and tell you, watch the channel, because I'm getting ready to introduce to you, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, I think at least 4 new kits that we've done over the last 3 weeks while I've been out sick. So be watching for those introductory tapes. Thank you again. Signing off, saying bye-bye. Have a great day.